How's it going, y'all? It's old Mikey. Today is Sunday, February the 16th, 2025. And today's word of encouragement comes from 2 Kings 6, where Elisha and his servant are surrounded by the opposition. And Elisha asked God to allow the servant to see the angels who were going to fight on their behalf. And the servant was allowed to see them. In the last couple of weeks, I've been going through some really difficult strain. Financial strain, job strain, business strain, legal strain, you name it. It's all been a bunch of strain. Weather strain, And I can remember pretty distinctly in the last couple of weeks, God telling me, okay, you don't have to do anything. Just kick back for a minute and watch my hand at work. So I had to remind myself every single day, okay, I'm going to be watching for the hand of God at work. And some incredibly amazing things have happened. Most notably, I've been embroiled in a legal dispute for 11 years with regard to my commercial property. And it's gone on so long that you just kind of even forget it's there, you know what I mean? And you think you have an update from the powers that be occasionally here and there as to how the dispute is going to be reconciled or resolved. And you just forget about it because this is like, nothing you can do. It's just in somebody else's control. And while you pretty much how the record of the evolution has gone and what the facts are, it just ain't over. It's still going on. And it's been that way for a long time with me. And, it should be over any day. But, I got to the point where I didn't even think about it. It's like, okay, I know one of these days this is going to be over with and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But in the meantime, I got to work. You know what I mean? I'm busy. So, interestingly, God told me a couple weeks ago, kind of just kick back and watch me sustain you and watch me provide for you. And I had to remind myself every single day to be on the lookout for how God was going to sustain me and provide for me. And while there are several things I could go into in that regard in the last 2 weeks that are all pretty big licks in the positive way, the most positive one came last Thursday. I think it was February the 13th. And I wasn't even thinking about this particular issue and how it could be good for me to have it resolved and behind me and all that, because it's been going on for 11 years. But Thursday morning, I got a phone call from my attorney, who will remain nameless, Some of you people know who it is. He's a good guy. He called me and said, hey, guess what? And I'm like, what? He said, your case that you've been working through for the last 11 years was officially ended today, February 13th, 2025, at 9 a.m. in your favor. And it still hadn't hit me yet, because I've been wearing this one for so long that it's like you don't ever think it's ever going to be over. Y'all have something going on like that? Something that's going on in your life for so long that seems like it is 100% out of your control. And yet you got to live with it for a long period of time, and you never know when it's going to be over. And then out of the blue, when God says, okay, kick back and watch me work for you this week, and you're not even thinking about this issue at all, and you get presented with the news that's good. I haven't felt different at all. Mainly because the difference of the case being over and all of that has not yet come to fruition and had any impact in my life. But it's going to very soon. Fortunately for me. So my word of encouragement to you is twofold. Number one, be on the lookout specifically for God's hand at work. Something that's outside of your control. For the positive in your life. And recognize that it was God that did it. Ask God to do good things for you. And bring the things that are of most burden to you right to God and set them at His feet. And say, God, I really need your help on this one. And then tune into His frequency and find out what He's got to say about it. He's going to tell you something. In some cases, He may say, you ain't ready for it yet. And then you got to go back and examine yourself and figure some things out, and you know what I mean? Spend some time in the dark place. And I spent 11 years in a dark place. 11 years of hard work, 6 and 7 days a week in a dark place. And finally, last Thursday, I got relieved of it. After God told me, okay, kick back and watch what it is I'm going to do for you right now. And it hadn't even hit me what it even means yet. It hadn't even, I haven't felt any good or euphoric feelings over it. I'm afraid, in some ways, my spirit's so dead that I can't feel good things anymore. It's weird. What's going on in your life? What are you afraid of? What's something that's a burden that's out of your control? You got something like that? Something that is a problem, that's a burden, that's a pain, that's wrecking your life, that is out of your control, and you literally cannot do anything about it except take it to God and ask Him to relieve you of it. And then he'll have something to say about it. If you get along with God and tune into his frequency, he's going to have something to say about this thing. And you may not want to hear what he's got to say about it. But eventually, that thing, whatever it is, will have worked its course, will have done its work in you. And I do believe, fortunately for me, this particular thing has worked its course and done its thing in me. And I don't even know what it did, and I don't even know what the ramifications of it are. And I can't even tell you how it's going to affect me in the future. And I don't even know what the good things are that are going to come out of it. All I know is that the bad problem of 11 years is over, officially. And it's no longer a burden to me and my family. And it's like, wow. God did that for me. And it was 100% out of my control. And the entire story is so fantastically crazy that I need to write a book about it, because that similar kinds of things happen to other people. And I need to share that story so that people can, at least experience somebody else's problem like that, and how it, ultimately can be resolved in your favor. And it's a good thing. Fortunately for me, I am coming out of this process in really good shape. And it's like, okay, life is good. Things are moving forward. I feel great. It's like, hey, I got some good things going on. And finally, the light at the end of the tunnel, and I walk out of the tunnel into the sunshine. And it's been so long since I've been in the sunshine that I don't even like how it feels even. And I don't even know how it feels. And it just feels like I don't have any feeling left. All my feeling has been just numbed to the point of being not human. And I know God don't want me like that. I've known for years God don't want me to be like that. I know that God wants me to be alive and to feel emotion and to be able to experience empathy. And that work's still in progress. I just want to encourage you to examine yourself, find that thing that's a pain that's out of your control, that you literally don't have any control over, and take it to God and ask him to do something with it. And then listen to what he's got to say about it, because there are some great lessons there. See you.